Mutant Mayhem toys are here. Or well, they've actually been here for a few weeks now, but never mind that. They're here and they look pretty good. The box reminds me a lot of the early 2012 packaging before they changed it to whatever the hell this is. The break pattern is based off the 80s packaging, but with the graffiti flair of the new movie, and it has a nice picture of a future K-pop star. On a side note, does anyone else think the logo looks like the 2003 one? Flip it over to the back and we can see all of the available characters. Well, illustrations of them anyway, no images of the toys. The illustrations are nice, but if they're going to be the same images as the Clip and Collect bio, maybe just show me a picture of the toy instead? Overall, the packaging is solid. It actually makes me a little sad to open them up, but I'm still do it though. Now that he's out of the package, I've got to say I'm disappointed in the accessories, or rather the lack of paint on them. The glasses being solid black is one thing, and I can even forgive the headphones, but everything on the weapons rack being brown is unacceptable. Like, yeah, I get it, it's a throwback to the original toy line, but we really don't need another throwback to it when the 12 toys already did that, and when we currently have vintage reissues on store shelves. Like, what is this, wooden pizza? Maybe I'd be more nostalgic if there wasn't already so many throwbacks to just this one version of the Turtles. I just really miss how they used to be painted in the 2000s, and I don't think it's too much to ask that they do that again. Painted or not, how are the accessories on their own? They're actually not too bad. First up is pre-mutated Don, just a solid lime green turtle trying its best to get through life. He's got a hole in his stomach. No, I don't know why. Can he spin on this shell? Yo, look at him go! Don also comes with a pair of headphones. How cool. He can't really wear them on his head, but he can wear them around his neck, put them on the front or back of his belt. He can hold them and have them stolen by Optimus Prime? Before we get to the weapons, let's address an accessory that has people annoyed. Those glasses. I'm not really the biggest fan of giving Donatello glasses, but I mean, at least they're better than these. Despite my personal preference, I gotta say, the glasses do look nice on this toy, and thanks to the peg holes, you can adjust them however you want. They fit nice and snug on him, and if you're really against the glasses, you can just remove them, if you don't mind having holes in the side of his head. You could always plug it up, I'm sure. How's the staff? It's fine. It feels a little loose in his hand, but it fits nice and tight on his belt. Even though it's got no sticker detail or paint on it, if you look closely, you can see where the stickers would be sculpted onto it. The lettering on the bottom is also sculpted. You know, Playmates, it would be nice if you'd actually do a little something to bring out those little details. What's interesting is that the picture on the back shows a completely different staff than what's in the movie. Alright, now let's get to the weapons rack. Something about the look of it makes me think of a peeled carrot. Like, look at the sides. You see it, right? It feels a lot sturdier than the originals. It'll actually stand for one thing. I know it was harsh on this thing at the start, but I actually don't hate these. I like the concept of the weapons rack. I just hate that it always comes at the cost of everything being unpainted. Am I harping on this? I feel like I'm harping on this. I guess it's just because I know they can do it. Hell, they're kinda doing it right now. The Turtles' main weapons are painted, just nothing else. Suppose I could always just paint it myself. But alright, enough complaining about the lack of paint on the accessories. Let's look and see if they would have even been worth painting. First up, this spear. Like, you know, what we had in 12. I like that the 03 toy came with battle axes he could put at the end of them. It's not too bad. It'd be nice if it didn't have a wooden blade, but there I go again. It doesn't really fit on his back, which is a shame. Even though it can feel a little loose, it fits in his hand just fine. I'm down for the crooked stick look it has. Gives it a little more personality from the regular bow that isn't just, this one has a blade on it. It's a solid accessory. I just wish, you know. Do you like cardboard with your pizza? Or just straight cardboard? There's no excuse for this. Like, if They were not going to paint it, then just have it be a smooth, solid triangle with a sticker on it. Works for this. It's just bad. But I mean, hey, it can look like a wizard hat. Moving on. A ninja star. You can never go wrong with these. I like the look of it, and you can even put it on the side of Donnie's belt. What could I ever have wrong with it? Man, if only I knew. Now, this one's interesting. We've had ooze canisters plenty of times, but this one's got something a little different about it. A handle. A handle that Don holds well and can even latch onto his fanny pack. Though it looks kinda weird like that, it can go on his side, and it can go on his back. But yeah, it's interesting seeing it have a handle. Don here comes with a perfectly intact wooden canister, but I believe Leo comes with a damaged one. Not a bad little piece of plastic, and I always welcome an ooze canister. The last accessory is one that keeps getting passed between Mike and Don. The triple staff, or any of these other names you could call it. Take your pick. It fits on his back, but looks a little silly since it's a solid piece of plastic. Don can hold it multiple different ways, which makes it a fun weapon to give him. The triple staff only has one problem. Well, actually two. The first one is obvious, and I'm sure you're tired of hearing it. And the second is more of a nitpick, I suppose? The triple staff is fine just being static, but it'd be more fun if it had chains or string connecting the individual pieces together. It would give you something more dynamic and fun to play around with. As it is though, it's fine. That does it for all the things that's not Donatello. He comes with a lot of fun stuff that I just wish were painted or had more detail. I don't need NECA levels of detail, but I'd like them to be more than just serviceable at best. A lot of it is also pretty small, so best of luck to you guys not to lose any of these pieces over time. Let's move on to the main event himself, Donatello. He's a really bright lime green. He looks like he should glow in the dark or something. A lot of the colors on him are really bright. Even the accessories are a lighter brown compared to the reissues. Just to be clear here, this isn't a complaint or a knock against the toy. I wish his sides were painted, but Playmates never does that. The only line I've known them to do that on is the movie store line. At least they added this bit of silver on the belt, just on the front. Is it sad I feel I have to give them props for still keeping the initial on his belt buckle? I'm surprised they didn't use his fanny pack blocking some of it as an excuse to save on paint. I do like his color of purple. It's not too dark or too light, and it meshes well with his radioactive glow-in-the-dark skin. Whether or not you like these new designs, the toy does a good job of translating them to plastic. I thought his stomach would be squishy like some of the other past toys, but to my surprise, it's not. This isn't a complaint or a nitpick, it just looked like it would be squishy, and it's not. I like the head sculpt. Always get a little worried about figures that have pupils because... But I'm happy to report that Playmates didn't mess it up. At least on mine anyway. I don't know about your Donatello. I absolutely love the detail on the shell. What with all the grooves and the swirls on it, a little bit of paint would make it look stunning, you know? Like, look at these other versions with the extra paint. Don't they look great? They ignored the shells on them though. Playmates, why do you hate paint? But alright, the toy looks good, but what can it do? Mutant Mayhem Donatello has full articulation. Unlike these losers. And that's Mutant Mayhem Donatello. He's alright. Not a bad toy, but not my favorite either. I haven't decided if I want to grab the other turtles yet. If you'd like to see videos on them, then sure, but otherwise I might pass. But I mean, hey, who knows? I might grab them anyway. Do you have this toy? Do you like this toy? Have you seen the movie? If so, what'd you think about it? Personally, I'm mixed on it, but I feel more negative than positive about it. It's a shame because I was looking forward to it. If you like this video, then feel free to subscribe, and if you hated it, you can also subscribe so you can never miss a chance to hate me and my content.